In 2004, two college friends Tim and Megan were recent graduates without a plan, so they opened a hot dog shop in the back of Trinity Cathedral in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 15 years and several food trucks later, they're still on a roll. Tim is traveling the country to consume a hot dog in every state. Subscribe to follow their adventures.
We're in this lovely garden in Detroit, Michigan. Just went to Lafayette Coney Island, American Coney Island. They're side by side. They actually share a wall. American Coney Island is much larger. I know enough because I read a plaque outside that it's been there since 1917. I suspect it's some sort of rivalry that goes way back. And we're eating outside because our dog Lincoln is with us. I don't know if you can see him, but he can't go in, even if I think he should be able to. Their menus were almost the exact same price-wise and offering-wise, so Mary got at both places a Coney dog with no onion.
I don't like onion.
I got something called the American Special. I'm not sure what it is at American Coney Island, but Lafayette Coney Island had something called the Lafayette Special for the exact same price. They both offered something called loose hamburger, which I suspect might be what I might call a sloppy Joe. So at American Coney Island, I got the American Special, which maybe involves a different hot dog than the Coney style. I'm not really sure. It was slightly more money than a hot dog, and then at Lafayette, I just got the traditional Coney dog. The
Oh my goodness.
This is the American Special. There's a ton of like Coney chili sauce.
It looks like that there might be some what they are calling loose beef under the Coney sauce. It's maybe not sauced.
And then here's the traditional, what I always thought of Detroit style. As I learned more about hot dogs, this style populates all over the country, a Coney style. I just first discovered it in Detroit 15 years ago. But it's onions, yellow mustard, Coney sauce chili, which is chili no beans. So that's what we've got.
Alright, I got two side by side. This is the American and the Lafayette. Lafayette there on the bottom. So two side by side, pretty similar looking Coney dogs.
I'm gonna try a bite of the Lafayette dog, then move over to this American style thing. Definitely a natural casing because the dogs are steamed, I think, or something. It's like not particularly snappy. There's definitely bits of ground beef in the regular Coney style. So I'm still unsure how different this will be, other than that there's a lot more. That must be why they gave me a fork and knife. This is the sauce from the American Special, which is the extra sauce. It's just swamped. I can't even see the hot dog. I see it sticking out.
That's what
right
I'm
there
saying.
on the
It
edge.
looks like there's loose ground beef in addition to the Coney
There's
sauce.
definitely
Same loose ground beef?
ground beef in here that I bit, but yeah, I wonder if they just add loose
Extra meat.
I have no idea how you're even
You called that the American Special.
extra meat, yeah.
Extra meat.
It's a very soggy bun. Oh, I got it out. Oh, look at it all just fell off already.
Uh-oh.
This hot dog from American, it looks like it's a little thinner than the Lafayette dog, for what that's worth. I might be wrong. It's my visual impression. Slightly snappier. Very similar flavor. It is not an all beef dog. I think it must be a pork and beef dog. It's good. It's just so messy. I'm gonna need that fork. I was confused when they offered, but I'm glad I said yes. The bun is just like a soaking wet sponge right now. I'm doing all I can to keep this off my clothes. And it may be the messiest hot dog I've ever had.
Okay. American on the right. It's a very crisp dog.
Crisp. Mm-hmm. Mine was more like, I would say, like stretched.
It's very mild.
Very mild in general.
Very mild.
I think it'd be pretty great to open a third spot in the abandoned pipe shop right next to it. Call it Lincoln's Coney Island.
I'm gonna move on here to Lafayette, see if it's the same exact dog. I think they're more or less the same.
So, I don't know if this is a working conspiracy that other people have thought of, but I think it would be a bit of a brilliant business model for this actually to be the same restaurant, creating competition with itself and favorites, and noteworthy that they're right next to each other and they sell the exact same stuff. So people have been coming and talking about it for years.
And trying each, buying twice as many.
Right. So maybe that's what they're all about.
So interesting. So yeah, the American dog has been out of the shop for longer. It's definitely a hot dog. It's a little tighter, made a little bit tidier. And there are some spare onions in my Lafayette dog.
It was evident to me too that American has been renovated more recently. Both places were clean. Both places were actually fairly crowded for like 3 p.m. It's not really lunchtime or dinner time. Clearly popular. Stepping into Lafayette felt like I was stepping into like a 1960s luncheonette and the counter was still there. Stepping into American, it's much larger and I feel like maybe they renovated in the 80s or 90s. Deserving of an American special.
Deserving of an American
Look at
special.
that drool.
Okay.
It's interesting too in Detroit where there are so many empty storefronts and buildings that these two places would coexist for basically 100 years and apparently be thriving, so they must be doing something right.